In this video I will be demonstrating Fisherman's rib to reduce curling in stocking knit. The knitting I have on the machine now is from the previous video, how do I create a turn-up plain hem at the start of knitting, and now I'm ready to do my stocking knit. So first I'm going to do 3 rows at the main tension. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to get my latch up tool, which you can see here, and I'm going to go 3 in and 5 in from this edge. Now I count down 1 hole here and 1 hole here, and I stick my tool in there and I release that and pull it all the way down, and you notice I got 2 bars there. So I bring this out, I got the stitch right here. I'm going to skip 1 bar and go up to the second bar, put it over and put it back in the stitch. That's the Fisherman's rib. Then I go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a full hole there and a full hole here. The second one down, I pull this forward and back, open up the stitch. Yeah, it's open. Put everything down, carefully pull this through because I don't want to drop the stitch, and then there's 2 bars across. I go over the first bar and up through that one, pull it through and put it back on the stitch and put everything back. Now in this example I'm using a 2 panel. I create this panel here, and then next time I create the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to join using the Bigfoot stitch. I have another video on that. And to cover up the fact that the Bigfoot stitch isn't perfect, but it is flat, I do a Fisherman's rib on this one. Kind of makes a pattern so you have 2 Fisherman's rib and a join in the middle, and it looks natural. So again, I go down 2 holes here, and I hold my tool in the back to make sure it doesn't slip off. Pull it off. Make sure that the latch is open, make it easier, and then carefully pull this tool back so I don't drop the stitch. Go over 1 of those, pick the next one up and put it back on the stitch, and that's the Fisherman's rib. Now that I've got the Fisherman's rib started, I just do 2 rows and clip them up, and now I've done 10 more rows. And I'm going to do 10 at a time, 10 rows at a time. When you get better at this, you can do 20, 30 or more. I like to do 30, but at first I did 10 because if you make a mistake, you have to come all the way back down. Anyway, if you notice here, this is a big loop on these 2 and a little loop up here. So if you get underneath there, you can see that, yeah, that's going over the 2. So that's the final loop that went up on the top. So I don't take that one. I take the one above it and I stick the needle through and hold it from behind so it doesn't slip down, and take off the stitches, and I use my finger here to pull them down. And then I pull it through and I'm all set. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 above. So I skip 1 loop, go above, skip another loop, go above it, skip this loop, go above it again, skip this loop, go above it, and skip this loop and go above it again, and put it back on the stitch. On the 5th one in, there's the loop, it's a big one. I always go above it, the next one up, which is a regular stitch, and I pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th one over. Be very careful about that, otherwise it's going to unravel all the way down there. Still holding it at the back, I pull it down here and pull it out, and again there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 loops across. I then skip this loop, go to the one above it, skip this loop, go to the one above it, skip this loop and go to the one above it, skip that loop above, and so forth all the way up. Oh well, sometimes you drop things. If it happens, then you just let it go and pick it up down here. I've got it again, and I just go back up. So it's not a big deal if you drop something halfway up. There we are, that's the fisherman's rib. 10 rows at a time, and then you do 10 more rows across, back and forth, stitch it up, and so forth.